Morning, sports fans. This is Johnny Gould in the chair here on Talksport Extra Time, here until 6 o'clock. And don't say we don't bring you the very best guests live, either in the studio or on the phone. I'm delighted to be able to be joined by Andy Murray, live from Queens. Toby Gillis is in the studio with us as well for this august moment, part of Extra Time. Morning to you, Andy.
Hi.
It's a real privilege to have you on the show this morning, Andy. You've come back from an injury. You're through to the final. How do you put down this tremendous return to immediate form and fitness?
Well, yeah, obviously it was tough, and I really had to focus and try and play great tennis. But I'm feeling great just now and moving really well as well on the court. So yeah, I'm really happy. It's great.
Andy, it's Toby Gillis here in the studio as well, and I watched you playing against Jo-Wilfried Tsonga in the semi-final yesterday. We really appreciate you being up this early in the morning to, ahead of such a big final against Marin Cilic. It was quite a turnaround for you against Tsonga. It looked like it was slipping away at a stage after the first set, which I think possibly his serve was just getting to you, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, no, I thought he served really, really well, but maybe I just sort of managed to pick it up a little bit in the second set, and I returned pretty well, and really got a feel for it. But Joe is such a tough player to play, and I've had tough matches against him in the past, and it's really, really tough.
Now, Andy, obviously you're joining us from Queens in West London, but by the miracle of technology, you have got a three-way conversation with us. And apparently your old mate Roger Federer has joined up. Andy, could you just pass the line over to Roger? Just press that button over there and just get us Roger Federer. Roger,
that's great.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on. Is Roger there yet? Roger, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Roger, you're out in Halle, your traditional competition prior to Wimbledon, and again you're into the final. But it was a tough semi against a man who seems to just be on the up despite his ageing body. 35-year-old Tommy Haas, but you managed to come through, and it's Mikhail Yuzhny later on.
Well, yeah, and of course Tommy played absolutely incredible tennis, and I was incredibly fortunate. I came out and played very, very well, and I feel very, very excited for this match later on, and it's the perfect preparation for Wimbledon, of course.
Now, you're a 17-time Grand Slam champion, and not just cultured on the court, but off it as well. You speak 5 languages, Roger. Have you got any words of wisdom for our French audience?
Well, I just like to appeal to all my fans, and just maybe not just the French people, but all around the world, and hopefully everyone will be watching at Wimbledon, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really, really happy to be back on the grass as well. So,
do you feel that Wimbledon is another realistic target for you this season? We all know about Novak Djokovic, and obviously, to be honest, here in England or in Britain, we want to see an Andy Murray victory. You beat him in the final last year, but nobody's really talking about you as one of the favourites this year. Is it nice to be a little bit under the radar coming into what, let's face it, is your favourite tournament?
Well, of course it's great to be back here at Wimbledon, and yes, maybe it's a little bit nicer to be a bit quieter, but I'm incredibly talented. I'm an incredibly talented player, and I still think that perhaps people are maybe talking a little bit, and it's a place where I've been very successful in the past, so hopefully I can come back and play well.
Now, Ollie, our producer, is just whispering in my ear that apparently standing next to you, Roger, is one of your main rivals for Wimbledon this year, Novak Djokovic. Can that be true? Novak Djokovic, good morning to you.
Hi, guys. Hello, everybody.
It's Novak Djokovic. How are we doing this? This really is the best setup ever. How are you doing, Novak?
Well, I'm very excited to be here on the air with you guys, and really looking forward to Wimbledon. It should be very exciting, very exciting.
Novak, no grass court warm-up tournament for you. You've obviously had that tough loss to Rafa in the semi-finals of the French Open. Presumably, time for a bit of revenge. You're going to take on everybody at Wimbledon, and many people have you down as the favourite.
Well, it is, of course, difficult, I think, to say at this moment, but for me, I think my body is in the perfect position. I'm having great preparation for Wimbledon, and I feel like I'm playing my game, and I'm of course thrilled to be here.
I tell you what, Novak, there's going to be some tremendous competition particularly from unexpected quarters. When we knew that Rafa Nadal had been out for 7 months, could we have ever imagined that he would come back so strongly, get to the final of every tournament he'd played in, and then win the French Open as well to boot?
Well, I think Rafa played incredible tennis, and he is unbelievable on the clay, and he was too good for me in Paris, and it was incredible to watch him. And of course, I was very, very sad to lose that match, but he played very well.
Novak, talk to us about the mentality of tennis players at the very, very elite level. It was such a tough loss to take, or it must have been, against Rafa. If and when you play him at Wimbledon, and we know he's going to be outside of the top 4 seeds, so it might be earlier than expected, do you feel, that revenge is something you think about, or do you have to put that French Open defeat to the back of your mind and think, new match, new game, I'm going to beat him, and we're all even at the start?
Well, I think you need to remember to forget on the court. I think for me, Wimbledon is a place that is very successful to me, and it is a place where I am having very good sensations on the court. So I think I will be focusing on this, and if I play Rafa, then I play Rafa. But I think I need to focus on my game and see if I can win the match.
And from sensation to sensation, because here he is, live on the same phone. How are we doing this morning? It's the man himself, the French Open champion, the man who they've all got to beat. Good morning, Rafa Nadal.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
Well, I am very happy to be here on the radio, and it is of course a dream to be here, and I am very, very happy. So, thank you very much.
It's Rafa Nadal, Toby.
It's incredible, isn't it? Rafa, how are you feeling after the French Open? We know all about the concerns over your knee after that enforced break up to sort of February earlier this year. But I think it's 9, maybe even 10, is it, finals in a row for you now, including that victory at the French Open. Is there any concern, though, that that there have been no practice matches on grass going into Wimbledon? A lot of people have you as favourite, but without practice, we're not quite sure what to expect.
Well, I think it will be very difficult, and I have not played on the grass in a year, so it will be very tough for me, but I play fantastic tennis on the clay in Paris, and I think I will have to try my best, but it will be very, very difficult, no?
It's been, well, one match in 2 years at Wimbledon, hasn't it, for you? Because last year you were beaten, big shock in the first round, your last match before that injury against Lucas Rosol. The year before you pulled out. The fans here in Britain are desperate to see you. How much are you looking forward to coming back to SW19?
Well, I am very, very happy, of course, and Wimbledon is a great place for me, and I play very good match there, and I won the tournament in 2008 and 2010, and it was a dream to be like that. And I am not number one. Novak is number one, but if I try my best and play very, very well, I think I could play some good match.
Rafa, for now, thank you very much. Rafa, can you just hand the phone over to Andy Murray again? I want a quick final word. Andy, you there on the line?
Yeah, hi guys.
Andy, what's Miami this kind of year? I fancy taking a holiday.
Well, yeah, no, it's really hot. I haven't been there in a while. I've just been doing nothing really, like in Britain, like having a few hits with Tim Henman, who his fitness is very, very poor.
Of course, Andy, you're playing in this amazing charity match at Queen's, aren't you, later on today, alongside Tim Henman and against a Czech pairing of your own coach and Thomas Burdick. What's it like to play against Ivan? And are you confident you can beat him? And if you don't, is it just, do you concern that he might give you some bad tips ahead of Wimbledon?
Well, I think Ivan's tactic, especially on the practice court, is just to whack it at you. Like, when I'm practicing volleys, he often just, aims for my head. So, I'm really looking forward to being on the other end and, maybe tag him a few times with the ball. That'd be great. I don't think me and Tim will lose.
Toby, I think that we should reveal at this point how we have set this up. One of the most remarkable setups in the history of TalkSport Extra Time. Yes, it was an impersonator. And Andy Murray, if you can hand over the phone to 60-year-old Josh Berry. Josh, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Very good, thanks. Now, you've got a unique skill there. How are your GCSEs going?
Oh, no, it's AS this year, guys. I finished GCSEs last year, and they're all done. All my exams are done, so great time to focus on impressions now.
Josh, I believe this is a bit of an exclusive for TalkSport. You kind of burst onto the scene, if I can use that sporting phrase, pretty much last week, I think it's been. You put some videos on YouTube. There's just a couple up there now of your impressions. The whole world of tennis is already talking about you, and we're the first to get you. So first of all, thank you for coming on, and secondly, how did you realise that you had this skill, and what's the reaction been like?
Well, I guess it's sort of something that I've been sort of doing from quite a young age, especially in Nadal. When I was sort of 11, it didn't work so well then because my voice hadn't really broken, so it wasn't what you could call accurate, I guess. But it's just a bit of fun that I did around the house with my family and with my friends, and then just sort of escalated from there, and people liked it, and yeah.
So Josh, let's just work this out now. Murray's got 1 Grand Slam. Nadal's got 12. That's 13. Federer's got 17. That's 30. How many has Jock got?
About 5 or 6.
So 36. You got 36 Grand Slams, Josh. Age just 16.
Yeah. Well, as Murray would say, yeah, it's great. I'm over the moon.
You do lots of others as well. We thought we'd go with the top 4, but do you do Del Potro as well? Because that's another Grand Slam if you do. Have you got him down to a T?
He's a tough one. I think he needs maybe a little bit more work. But
how's your Tim Henman?
Well, it's pretty tough actually. I mean, he's quite similar to me, sort of.
Yeah, he's from your area, approximately where you're from, isn't he?
Southern England. So I guess it would just be an extension of myself. But I'm having to work on all these guys, and I'm focusing on all of them. But yeah.
Will you be actually going to Wimbledon? Because what would give me a great kick is if they give you accreditation and then you start asking questions of Andy Murray in an Andy Murray accent.
Oh, well, that would just be a dream if I could do that. I mean, I am going on the 27th of June, and hopefully doing some stuff with Babolat as well the week before. So that's great.
I think the LTA have actually got in contact with you, haven't you? There's talk of doing something with them, so it might not be too long before you're doing Murray impressions to Murray.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I don't know if he'd enjoy it or not, but
I've heard he's got a good sense of humour despite that droll voice.
I hope he does. I hope he doesn't hate me for it.
So Josh, what is it about tennis? I mean, have you expanded into other sports, or is it just that tennis is your number one sport?
Well, I play tennis, and it's a big thing for me, and I guess that's probably why I watch quite a lot of tennis, and I've heard the interviews. I mean, I can do a few other sports people, but as a general rule, tennis is...
Who's your best alternative?
Probably Tom Daley, I'd say. I do a fairly solid...
solid Tom Daley.
Yeah.
Come on then.
Here's your chance.
A lot of it is him based around the phrase sort of, yeah, brilliant. I'm just absolutely over the moon to have won a bronze medal. Just so excited to be here at the Olympics, and really, really happy and brilliant.
Josh, this has been absolutely brilliant. Thanks for making us look extremely good at the beginning of the programme as well.
It's been a pleasure, guys. Thanks very much.
Josh Berry, best of luck to you. He's 16. He's from Reading. He's Josh Berry, and he does the world's top 4 tennis players.
Well, more than that. Look on his YouTube channel. You can just type in Josh Berry impressions and on YouTube, and they're all there. He does a lot more than just those top 4, and he's fantastic. And actually, if you see him, some of the actions he does, he sort of does that eye wipe that Andy Murray does, don't you, Josh? It's great stuff. So we really appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Like and subscribe, guys, please.
Excellent. Like and subscribe. The modern parlance that even I am beginning to understand.
At Josh Berry 19 on Twitter, I believe.
Josh Berry 19.
This is great for my followers.
Thank you very much indeed, Josh, for joining us here on TalkSport.